music. Last call for music. And what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am your host, Baby Moy. I know it's weird, right? Because the title reads Crime Syndicate. Unbelievable. You never know what you're going to get on this channel, folks. Why we say stay on your toes. Hit that bell. That way you always know what's going on here at ENT Hooligans. Want to start off by ushering you guys in and thanking our new subscribers, thanking our old subscribers, and thanking our to-be subscribers. Big shout out to you guys. And as always, I am accompanied by Lil Crystal and Big Ness.
Hey guys, he thinks he's the host, but in reality, Ness is the host of Crime Syndicate, and I am the co-host. But I better be nice.
Welcome all and all. Welcome,
he
guys.
He does help us behind the scenes, and I don't want to get fired.
Who produces Crime Syndicate?
See? See what I mean? See what I mean? You see? You see?
How was y'all week? How was y'all weekend?
Pretty good weekend thus far. We treated us well. Treated us well.
Yes.
Can't complain.
Yeah. I did a lot of binge watching, which was cool.
Binge. Oh, hold on. Let me get it right.
Oh yeah.
Binge.
Okay.
There we go.
All right.
There we go.
Our spirits have to be up, folks. More so because look at everything that's happening around us, right? So.
Yes.
Just saying.
Yes indeed. Yes,
indeed.
In troubled times, let our hearts not be troubled, but we shall look to the heavens and look to the Lord.
Amen. Is that
Amen to that.
Bible verse or something?
Reiterate.
Sounds like it, doesn't it?
It is, though.
Oh, okay.
Paraphrasing.
It is. Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah, in troubled times, lift your eyes up to the hills, people.
That's right.
Up and away, guys.
That's right.
What?
Oh, before we get started, I want to send a special shout out to Daniel Romero. What's up, Much love, man. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your words the other day, man. I really, really appreciate them, and I'm gonna support you as well as you're supporting this channel too, man. So whatever you need, whenever you need, bro, just holla at me, holla at us, and we got you, bro. I mean, help you help me, and help me help you, right? Love you, kid.
Right on. Thank you to all of our subscribers and followers and supporters. Y'all already know.
That's right.
That's right.
And a special thank you to our executive producer of Crime Syndicate for that resounding introduction. Thank you.
Yay! Thank you.
DJSketch! Shout out to you.
That's right.
That's right.
Here we are. In this crazy
so
world.
On
Casual Tuesday.
Here we are on this Tuesday.
Yeah,
Typically, Crime Syndicate is on Wednesdays, but slight change this week.
Yes.
Due to circumstances around us.
And we
are here today.
And we will be on tomorrow, folks.
That's right.
You don't want to miss that. It's going to be fun. We're bringing back Peeps Corner.
Yes.
That's right.
I feel like I'm listening to a Bad Bunny track.
No, Bad Bunny would never jump on that. But let's go, guys. Let's talk about what's going on in this crazy world. Events that have happened within the last week or two.
week.
Yes.
So, for those of you that tuned in to Crime Syndicate last week, we kind of ended that podcast briefly talking about domestic terrorism. Little did we know that we'd see not one, not two, but 3 instances of domestic terrorism in 72 hours. Let that sink in real quick. 3 acts of domestic terrorism in 72 hours.
How does that
13
even happen?
fatalities. And about 14 explosive devices that were sent in the mail, targeting prominent Democratic public figures and politicians.
Those are hard numbers to come by and hard numbers to fathom.
Yes, and the man who orchestrated all this was at a Trump rally in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
He's a huge Trump supporter.
No. He is a deep, devout Trump follower.
Yes.
Which is made very clear by the... And the man we're talking about is Cesar Sayoc, the man who sent all these packages targeting these Democratic public figures and politicians. Pro-Trump stickers on his van, as well as the names and photos of prominent public figures who happen to be Democrat.
You know what's crazy about that?
Fortunately...
Go ahead.
Fortunately, in this instance, no one was hurt because none of those bombs detonated, thankfully. Here's the crazy thing. Surprise, my initial reaction privately was, okay, this is somebody right here in our own backyard.
Mm-hmm.
And wouldn't you know it, it was.
When isn't it?
And not only was it somebody in our own backyard, it was somebody who had a long, extensive rap sheet that dates back to the 90s.
When isn't it?
With the most glaring piece of information that's on this man's record is a bomb threat that he made in 2002. Let me repeat that again and say it a little slower so that everyone can really let this sink in. I want everyone out there to let this sink in. This man made a bomb threat in 2002, post 9/11. What did he receive? What did he receive in return as a consequence for this? Probation. Probation.
And yet people have done worse and just you know what?
Probation.
It's probably because our government, and I hate to say this, had bigger fish to fry.
And yet some people have done lesser crimes, and what they get is...
Hold on.
And get more.
Anyway.
I want to respond to that bigger fish to fry comment. Think about what I just mentioned here. We're talking about a bomb threat post 9/11.
Yep.
That was the biggest fish that needed to be fried at that time.
Maybe. The reason why
but they
I
didn't
say
deem
maybe,
it so, obviously.
No, of course.
The reason why I say maybe, and I'm playing devil's advocate over here, is because didn't they try to get, or they wanted to get Bin Laden?
No, that was a business. That is
a whole story within itself.
Hussein.
Yes.
I'll be
again.
I'll be uploading documentaries to this channel regarding that, by the way. So you guys want to stay tuned to that.
Stay tuned. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So here we have a domestic terrorist in our own backyard.
When hasn't it been?
By the way, in this bomb threat case, he threatened to blow up a local electric company in Florida,
Uh-huh.
in which he said to them that it would be worse than 9/11.
Can you wrap your head around that?
But yet all he got was probation.
Yeah.
Because what if that electric company represented the entire state?
You know,
It's incredible.
if I'm not saying anything right now, it's because everything I have to say at this particular moment is foul and,
Oh, don't worry. It gets even, quote unquote. It gets worse. Trust me, it gets worse
Oh, I've read.
as we proceed.
I've read.
So that's this domestic terrorist that we have in our own backyard, Mr. Cesar Sayak.
But you know what some people are saying?
In that same.
Hold on. You know what some people are
ahead.
saying? This really infuriates me, too. Yeah, but he's only a suspect, man.
Are you serious?
He ain't done anything yet to prove him, dog.
People can't be that damn stupid, right?
Bro.
The evidence is crystal clear. The packages were wrapped in the exact same packaging. I mean, he really didn't do a good job covering his tracks.
Do a good job. Right.
Because as we mentioned before, this is very important. He is a devout Trump follower. And as we know about these people, they have been emboldened. They have been liberated by their Messiah, Donald J. Trump.
I've seen people state to this claim on comment sections here on YouTube, on Facebook, in videos. I just... You know, it goes with what somebody told me yesterday, and it was along the lines of, you ask most Trump supporters or worshippers why they elect him or why they choose to kiss up to him, they usually never have a straight up answer for you.
Of course not.
And folks, this is not about political parties.
No. But people oftentimes like to take it there.
But here's the thing.
Of course.
We have... And the reason I mention that this man is a devout Trump follower, because these are the kind of people that Trump has given a voice to, that Trump has made feel empowered. Yes, Trump did not plant the seed for this. This seed was already been planted. It had been blossoming already. It had been brewing. All Trump has done throughout his presidency is poured gasoline to this already burning fire.
Yep.
So his response to this is peace and harmony and unity at his rally in North Carolina. What's ironic about that is that his rhetoric throughout his presidency has been the complete opposite of harmonic, peaceful, and unifying. This is why we have the Cesar Sayaks of the world, and the Dylan Roofs of... Well, Dylan Roof was before him. And the Nicholas Cruzes of the world, and the Charlottesville rioters, and this next guy, and the Kentucky, Mr. Gregory Bush from Kentucky.
Yep.
The other domestic terrorist that went on a killing spree this past week. This man killed 2 people, African American woman and an African American man, at a supermarket. Just because they were black and he was racist. Now, he originally was trying to break into a Baptist church, but couldn't get in.
So he went to a supermarket instead.
So he went to a supermarket instead and shot and killed 2 black people, a man and a woman. The man that he killed was with his grandson at the time, his 12-year-old grandson at the time. How do you like that?
Wow.
12th? I mean,
Yeah, they were out buying, I think.
independently what age? I mean...
Wow. Yeah, how do you like that?
It's a kid! It's a child!
Even without child, the purpose behind it.
He watched his grandfather get shot and killed
Yeah.
in cold blood right in front of him. All because the man holding the gun and pulling the trigger was a bigot. Excuse me.
And that's putting it nicely.
Like I said, I could use so
He had
many
no other
words.
rhyme or reason to shoot and kill this man other than his skin color. That was his only reasoning. Cesar Sayoc's only reasoning for sending out these packages was because he hated Democrats. And he loved Trump.
Under no other presidency have I seen this much. I can't even.
No.
Okay, I'll put it this way. I've never seen this much hell on Earth.
Nope.
Because that's really what it is. It's hell on Earth.
Now, then we have the worst act of domestic terrorism.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, this is gonna make my stomach turn.
Saturday morning,
Here we go.
Tree of Life Synagogue in Pittsburgh. Robert Ballard, anti-Jew,
Yep.
walks in, shoots up the place.
Yep. Loss of life.
And you know, these terrorists are so consumed with, this is the cause, I'm doing it for a cause, it doesn't matter if lives are lost.
This is the irrationality of these terrorists.
Yeah.
They're doing it
And
all in the name of hatred and all in the name of false patriotism.
Yeah, and they think they're doing it for a bigger purpose. If I do this, I'll prove my loyalty. That's all it is. It's unreal.
3 acts of domestic terrorism, all motivated by hatred for the people whom they targeted.
You know, I was expecting this with Obama.
You know? Call me crazy, but I was too in some ways.
Yeah, and the reason for that, personally for me, is the just because, and y'all could already fill the blanks there.
Fill in the blanks, yeah, just because.
Yep, just because.
Right?
Because let's face it, folks, this hatred by people like Greg Bush, that had been brewing, it brewed when Obama was re-elected. Okay, it might have started stirring up when he was elected.
Oh, of course.
But when he was re-elected, they're like, 4 more years of this. Ugh. And then along comes the current Klansman and tweet that sits in the Oval Office right now. And all of a sudden they said,
Oh,
hallelujah!
well, because all the little birdies were allowed to fly and be airborne and do as they please.
Yep.
All of a sudden, they're all coming out of the woodwork. No longer eclipsed. Allowed to sprout.
And I still to this day don't understand, and I never will understand, how there could be so much hatred and racism in this world.
This might sound crazy, but Trump was a necessary evil.
Yeah.
Because he showed just how bigoted America still is.
Yep.
Of course.
Before he came along, we were asleep at the wheel. We were under a false sense of security.
This is 2018, not 1895.
But this goes back to something that Ness said earlier. These people are simply now, they found somebody who could empower them.
Yeah.
They feel empowered now.
So
they
it ain't
have a voice.
So it ain't hidden any longer. Because that's all it was.
No.
It was hidden. But these people were always around.
Mm-hmm.
They were just waiting for their messiah.
And not surprisingly, Trump is taking no responsibility for any of it. He's blaming the media, of course.
Oh, you really?
Blaming it for the enemy of the people, etc.,
Of
etc.
course.
Come on.
Anybody surprised by that at all? No.
Of course not.
It's the media's fault. The media's fault.
Is
The
it?
media was the one who did all this because look at what they show on TV, you know?
Okay, right.
But what are you tweeting, Mr. Trump?
Nobody from Fox News was targeted.
I wonder why.
Nope. Because
Nobody from HBO was targeted.
I wonder why.
Nobody from Daily Wire was targeted.
I wonder why.
Huh. All these people that were targeted by the serial bomber over there. Democratic public figures and politicians.
Mm-hmm.
And yet,
That
look
was the
at
same guy who
and
sent the package to CNN, right?
Yes.
and yet look at
He
how
sent all those packages.
and yet look at how they want to subdue the world.
Mm-hmm. Folks, as we said last week, most of the terrorism in this country are done by domestic terrorists.
Because it all starts where?
It starts
At
right
home.
here. Right here at home.
And home is where you're supposed to feel safe. But you can't hide either,
Of course not.
No,
you know?
of course not.
Because if you hide, who wins?
I mean, it isn't.
They do.
It isn't. It wouldn't be fair if, as civilians, we have to look over our shoulder every single time we say go out to the grocery store.
Right.
That's no
Or
way
to a
to.
restaurant.
That's no way
Or
to
to
live.
church.
That is no way to live either.
It's
You know
not.
what's crazy about the shooting in Pittsburgh? One of the victims was a Holocaust survivor.
I know.
How do you like that?
I know. Wasn't he 90,
Survived all that.
94, 95 years
97.
old, something like that? 97?
97.
Survived all that. Survived war. Survived Hitler.
Only to succumb to some bull like this.
Yeah.
Only to succumb to some nut wearing a MAGA hat. And once again, the red flags were ignored because all three of these guys, social media accounts, filled with a bunch of hateful propaganda towards their targets, making it known. As I said, Trump didn't plant the seed for this, but he's poured gasoline to this fire. He's empowered these people. He's made these people feel bold enough to come out and say, I am here, I'm a bigot, I'm proud.
Yep. Yep.
He's empowered these people to frivolously call 911 on people of color. He's empowered people to frivolously and ridiculously and disgustingly accuse children of sexual assault. This is the kind of thing that he has encouraged with his rhetoric.
You know, I'm browsing YouTube a couple of days ago, and I see a video pop up which reads something along the lines of neighbor, how do I reiterate this? Basically, neighbor stops black man from entering own apartment. Simply because.
Oh, yes. That's another thing. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Simply because.
She assumed he didn't belong there.
I didn't see the video.
Simply because.
I don't like necessarily. I despise watching videos like that. But
likewise,
the title was enough to tell me everything. You know what I'm saying?
And what about the infamous 911 call from the Starbucks employee?
Yup.
Yeah.
Who sounded like she was ordering a freaking pizza.
Yup.
That's how calm she was, as if she were ordering a pizza. This is the kind of behavior that 45 has encouraged. I repeat, encouraged, not created. He has encouraged it. He has empowered these people. He has poured gasoline on this fire.
And what really sickens me, and down to the core, is the fact that you have not only blacks, not only Hispanics, but you also have people in my boat who are visually impaired and or disabled, who support,
in one way, shape, or form, yes,
who support this dude.
Who support this
guy. I cannot for the life of me understand that.
I don't understand it either.
What good comes out of his mouth? What good acts has he really done?
You know, if it were up to him, visually impaired people and or disabled people would be locked away somewhere.
And I also saw an article today, I stumbled across this, where supposedly he wants to take away the rights from those who are born here in America, in the US of A. If you are born here of parents who aren't American,
who aren't resident,
you will be denied citizenship.
Citizenship.
Even if you're born here.
Even if you're born here and you're born to immigrant parents, he wants to deny the birthright. Citizenship birthright.
You'll be revoked.
Oh my gosh.
This is what he wants to do.
That's what he wants to do.
And it appears as if there's nobody back there holding this man accountable for anything.
Evil.
Disgusting. Despicable.
Horrible.
Disgraceful.
I can't... What?
Disgusting.
Yeah, I stumbled upon that article this morning and it just boiled my blood.
Disgusting. And let me ask this question.
Disgusting.
Where the heck do you come from, sir?
His mother's Scottish.
Where do you come from, sir? I thought so.
His mother was born in Scotland.
Mm-hmm. Oh, how quickly they forget.
Uh-huh.
How quickly they forget.
But because
so that's what we had this past.
But because the pigmentation, you know, is what really plays a role here.
Pigmentation and money, of course.
Oh yeah. The root of all evil.
Indeed it is.
But this is the world we live in, folks.
So he was asked why he didn't cancel his rally in Indiana following the Pittsburgh shooting.
Oh, I saw.
In which his response was, the stock exchange was opened after 9/11.
Yeah, look what happened.
But the truth is, they were closed for 6 days.
Yep.
You know, it's incredible. He continuously lies about everything, but that's become acceptable.
Yeah,
that's become acceptable.
Understand.
He sits up there and blatantly lies, which is dangerous in a man to do that when being in the position that he's in, knowing the ramifications that he could have, that could have.
No, I'm Quite frankly, I'm surprised we haven't gotten...
It's just incredible.
I'm surprised we haven't gotten nuked yet.
Yep, me too.
No. He's in good graces with Mr. Kim Jong-un and Mr. Putin.
Of course he is.
They made him bow down.
Nope.
Yeah, but for how long?
He ain't calling him Rocket Man anymore.
Uh-huh.
No. But
He's a great person now. He's a great friend now.
But the thing is about these people is they get what they want out of you, and then after that you're done.
You know the
And
crazy.
The worst of it all is the rest of the world. The rest of the world is laughing at us right now.
They are so playing this guy, and he don't even know it.
Exactly. And they know that they can get away with it.
And you know what the scary thing about this is? The scary part of this whole equation is the aspect of at any given moment.
Yep. They could turn on him.
The at any given moment is a scary thought, folks.
As we've said before, this man is a loose cannon, a weapon of mass destruction, a runaway freight train. That's very, very dangerous for somebody in that position to just spout off at the mouth with all sorts of lies and hate.
And why doesn't the VP stand up and say something?
Oh, please.
He's supposedly a Christian man.
Let me explain to you why he doesn't stand up and say anything. Because he's waiting for, I guess, the day that... I guess he's waiting for to slide in and take over for whenever Trump is removed, resigns, whatever happens with him. So he's just kind of quietly chilling in the background like, okay, I'm just waiting. Just waiting.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Domestic terrorism.
God forgive my thoughts.
Domestic terrorism is the biggest problem we're facing in this country. It ain't people coming into this country no, it's people right in our own backyard.
No, it's not immigration at all.
Ness, Crystal, let me ask you guys something. For how long have people been migrating to this country?
Since this country
forever.
was... Forever.
Since forever now.
Okay. I'm just saying. And what was
country was
and what was this
built on
and when was this
immigrants.
country found exactly? I was just asking.
This country was built by immigrants. The very
Yes!
essence
In
of
school-
this country is diversity.
In school, were we
As we
not
said last week.
in school, were we not taught about the melting pot?
Yes!
Yes, we were.
We were.
I remember.
We were. I remember.
I remember them lectures very well.
Yep.
But you know what?
It's everyone out there who felt all of a sudden so patriotic following CAP's national anthem protests, spewing out about, well, my grandfather was in the military and this and that. Let me ask you this. Who the hell do you think was fighting alongside them? Huh? Who do you think was fighting alongside them?
You know what?
My native land, Puerto Rico, has been a U.S. territory for over 100 years.
Y'all should be y'all's own
Over
country.
100 years, okay? We fought in your damn wars.
Y'all should just be y'all's own
We
country.
were right alongside your grandfathers. Who the hell... Plenty of... also, you had black people who also fought alongside those people as well.
Yep.
There's a reason why Muhammad Ali protested the Vietnam War.
Yes.
He very famously said they didn't do anything to him. So what's he going to fight them? What's he going to blow them up for?
And building a wall
They
isn't
didn't
going
lynch
to
his
help.
people. They didn't rape them. They didn't enslave them. What's he going to fight them for?
Let me ask a question. I want to go back to school real quick. What is, nowadays, this age and these times, tumultuous times that we live in, what is the point of opening a textbook, teaching your kids about Abe Lincoln, George Washington, learning about great people like Kennedy, like Reagan. What is the point in this day and age when this guy has vomited all over that?
He's vomiting all over it.
Him and his people.
He's urinated all over it. He's ejaculated all over it. He's done every bodily fluid possible. He's done all over the Constitution.
Him and his people. And by his people, I mean
those him and his administration.
Who to him.
Kanye West.
Yeah. You don't even. Ooh.
Exactly. What's the point now?
Daryl Scott.
What is the point now?
Franklin
What
Graham.
What happened to all this? You don't like Bush and all this stuff, but you're... Anyway.
Listen, the whole Kanye West thing was another distraction.
Is that what that was?
That's exactly what that was. Because if you remember correctly, in the midst of Kanye West...
Oh! I'm done.
Perfect timing.
I thought Nas was the Don, not Kanye. Okay, I thought Nas was the Don of hip hop, not Kanye. Kanye ain't no Don of hip hop. What's wrong with you, Kanye West?
So.
This segment is brought to you by Kanye West. Go pick up his new album.
Oh gosh.
So when Kanye West went to the Oval Office and made a spectacle out of himself, which was broadcasted live for everybody to see.
Yes.
We had in the midst of all that. That was around the same time that Hurricane Michael had just hit.
Yes.
Anybody else notice that we haven't really heard much about Hurricane Michael following that spectacle?
I wonder why.
I wonder how much Kanye West got paid.
I don't know, but I wonder how this iPlane is going to come out.
Oh, I was about to mention that. Yeah, because they're iPhone users. This guy said that Apple should make an iPlane for this guy. Yeah, I'm referring to him as this guy.
Now, I watched about 10 minutes of that, and boy, it was like watching a car accident. You couldn't look away.
Really?
As much as you might have wanted to, you couldn't look like watching a car wreck.
I unfortunately watched that too. No, and I'm not gonna play a clip of it.
No,
please don't.
It was just really astonishing, and it was really sad. Just overall, just sad.
No.
Now he sold out.
I wouldn't.
According to
say
him,
that.
he's in a really bad place right now.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't say
and
that.
Not because he's a Trump supporter, but
no,
because you could clearly see something he's not good right now.
Again, yeah, that's why I wouldn't say he sold out. He's
been in a bad place since he lost his mom.
What is it? It appears like it's gotten worse.
I think that's when it all started, after he lost his mom, because his mama was everything to him.
Yes. And after that,
after that, he just went downhill.
Now, mind you, prior to that, he was a bit of a loose cannon. But prior to that, he was. And it's a shame because I think he's such a great producer. He's a great artist, just as a whole.
All around,
producer, lyricist, all around great artist, genius.
All around.
But maybe that's where, I mean, I don't like to say this, but maybe that's where the madness comes from.
Could be.
Because look at all the great creators.
That was a distraction. There was Hurricane Michael.
I haven't
just
heard
hit
nothing
at
about
that time.
Hurricane Michael. Nothing.
And you didn't, because everything was all about Trump and Kanye's meeting. And then that got scrutinized. Then that got talked about for the next week, 2 weeks.
Hey, bro, can I squeeze this in real quick? Speaking of Trump and all this,
Go ahead.
let's go, Tyron Woodley!
Yeah, keyword.
Let's go, baby.
Wait, why?
All my sports fans will know what I'm talking about.
We'll cover that on Thursday.
Oh, we got a good show for y'all on Thursday too, by the way. Stay tuned.
That's crazy. This particular podcast has been a bit of an emotional roller coaster ride. But
It has.
nonetheless, it's something that unfortunately needed to be covered.
Yes.
Because what we have in our hands right now, folks, is we're in the middle of a war here. A war right here in our own backyard.
In our own backyard.
Forget a world war. We got a war right here in our own yard.
Exactly.
And it's not, and it's basically been created by the 1%. The rest of us, they're watching us at each other's throats and just loving every minute of it. They're loving every minute of it.
Mm-hmm. They're laughing too, like, look at those guys.
They're just sitting back and just enjoying the orgasmic feeling they get every time we are at each other's throats.
Yep.
And excuse the analogy, but it pretty much it makes the point. That's how much they get off from this stuff. Because essentially what they want is absolute power.
Mm-hmm.
And how do they do that? Well, by keeping us divided.
Yep. By control.
They keep us divided. They have us fighting over BS. That's totally meaningless. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, while we're over here at each other's throats, they're over there plotting and scheming and plotting and scheming.
Yep.
And that goes for both parties because they're all in cahoots with one another.
Of course.
Of course they are.
Anyone with a brain knows that.
While we're over here bickering about Democrat versus Republican, liberal versus conservative, this versus that, blah, 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 blah. They're sitting back there going, you see these guys?
They are all under one sexy umbrella.
Mm-hmm. They're loving it.
Ella.
They're loving the chaos that they create. They're loving it. Because they know that if we all came together, they know what we could do if we all came together.
They would be scared.
They don't want no parts of that.
The voice of the people.
Yep.
They know, as we said before in a podcast last year, the very famous quote.
Say it. Go for it.
Power of the people.
Yes.
Is more powerful than the people in power. And they know it. They
go watch that
know
podcast, y'all.
They know it. That's why they do what they do to keep us disillusioned, disassembled, disgruntled.
Yep.
Because they know if we were to all come together and be on one accord, they couldn't do they couldn't do the crap they do. They couldn't get away with the things they're getting away with.
Right.
They know it.
Of course they do.
I'm sorry, it's catchy.
It kind of is. So folks, please, I encourage you all. Don't let this put you guys in a bubble. Be informed, but don't sacrifice your sanity in order to do it.
Exactly.
No.
Don't be ignorant towards what's happening around you. Don't just blow it off. But don't live looking over your shoulder either. Just because.
Because
if you do that, you're basically telling them, "Ya won."
Exactly.
So let's live.
So this is not about political parties, because none of that matters. Democrat,
Right.
Republican, it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, they're in the 1%. We're in the 99%. They can care less about the rest of us. They don't care. Either one, Democrat or Republican, they don't care.
No, they don't care. And stop shuffling.
I can't help it.
And I want to make another point too to Trump supporters who still support him today.
Go ahead.
This is how bad it's gotten. That a prominent public figure who supports Trump suddenly expressed his regrets, his/her regrets for voting for him. Mr. Bruce Jenner recently expressed his regrets for voting for Trump.
Yep, I saw that.
And that's somebody who's in the same tax bracket as Trump. Let that sink in.
You know what Trump is? Trump is like a fly who won't go away. I have a fly right now that won't go away. So Trump is like that fly.
Great timing.
That's what Trump is. Trump
Or
is
maybe
like that fly.
or maybe that fly was trying to get away from him.
Oh, maybe.
I don't think even flies like that guy.
I don't think so either. This fly will not go away.
No, guys. That fly thinks he's really wonderful. I think he's wonderful. I think he's great. He's really great.
It's been here since Friday.
But you know, I thought of something so terrible. I don't want to say it, but I'm tempted to say. Oh, what the hell! Speaking of flies and Trump, listen, when he croaks, the flies won't want to grope. Okay. Okay.
Oh.
Wow. Or
the maggots.
That segment was, and that particular quote was brought to you by Blue Chew.
Hey.
Oh my god.
You sure it wasn't brought to you by Kanye West?
Kanye West.
Leave it to Ness to break the mold of the serious nature of this podcast.
We should call this the Crime Syndicate / Kanye West. Who killed Kanye West?
Folks, you see what happens when you bring your producer on your show.
Just never know what's going to happen on here, even in a serious matter. Oh, jeez. But you know what? It's better. It's best this way, man. Because we say what we need to say, and then we just we make the best of it.
Oh my god! They've killed the podcast again.
Oh my god! They killed the podcast!
You bastards!
Oh my god! They killed Kanye! You bastards!
Oh, jeez.
See what you started?
I'm out of here. I'm gonna mute myself. Y'all could carry the show from here on out.
So next week, find out who killed Kanye West.
So there you have it, folks. 3 acts of domestic terrorism, all driven by hatred.
Yes.
Politically motivated, by racially motivated, religiously motivated.
Yep.
None of these people were immigrants. These are all right here. These are all quote unquote patriots. American patriots, as American as apple pie. But yet the propaganda is that immigrants are the ones that are coming here to bomb us, take our jobs, take our women, take our culture, etc., etc., etc.
But we're supposed
But yet
to be
we keep
this
seeing
great
time and time
melting pot.
again those claims being refuted time and time again.
Mm-hmm. Because the immigrants that are coming over here want a better life for themselves. They're not coming here to steal anything.
And as I said last week, those jobs that you guys believe are being stolen from you, no, they're being outsourced.
Exactly. You know, there was a show in the 90s called Outsourced. On CBS, I think it was.
Really?
Yeah, it was about a company that outsourced all their stuff, and they had to teach the people how to speak English and things, and they were from India. It was basically a comedy.
Basically, folks, the goal of the rich is to make as much money as possible by paying as little people as possible.
Yep.
That is essentially the goal.
Mm-hmm.
So why do you think they hire immigrants? Because they can pay them for cheap. Because the immigrants that come here, they don't know about labor laws. So they can easily take advantage of them.
Exactly.
And they don't know any better, so they don't know any better, so they'll assume, hey, I'm making good out of this.
Yeah,
and at that time, it is better than what they have been, than what they came from, but it's not what they really deserve because they don't know what the labor laws are.
And a lot of them are uneducated.
Of course.
In their own country. So.
But one thing's for sure: they want to come here. They want to better their lives. They want to work. They want to contribute.
Isn't this supposedly the land of the free?
No, the home of the brave.
The home of the brave.
Yeah. Well, you tell me, were those 3 domestic terrorists brave?
No, they were a coward. All of them were cowards.
Oh, yeah. Were those 3 domestic terrorists patriots?
Yeah, right.
No. Wow.
Yeah. Indeed.
There's one thing that I can take from all this is that it's important to be aware, be empowered, be informed. And it's important to bridge those gaps.
Yeah.
Because again, the Trump presidency was a necessary evil. Because this was an issue that we've been ignoring for too long. Far too long.
Yep.
Now there's no ignoring it.
Nope, because it's here, and it's not. And the scary thing is it's not going to go away.
It's not going to go away. You know why it's not going to go away? Is because people still insist on ignoring it.
Right.
They insist on ignoring it, and they insist on thinking that it's fine, it's normal, it's okay. This is the way it is. This is patriotism. No, this is not patriotism. This is straight up hatred.
It is.
There's nothing patriotic about any of this. There's nothing Christian-like about any of this.
No.
It's the total. It's at the antithesis of it. It's the total opposite of it.
Yeah. And my question is, the VP says he's Christian, right?
That's what he says. Yes.
How can he, as a Christian man, how can he stand by and let something like this happen?
Simple. Number one, he's waiting for Trump to either be removed or impeached or resign, whichever one comes first. Or number two, he secretly feels the same way and is totally okay with it and is hiding behind the Bible, like many other of his devout evangelicals who support him.
Yeah. I think number two, but that's just my opinion.
It might be a combination of both.
Who knows?
As I said, Trump has made
morals or values.
He's empowered a lot his devout followers. He has empowered them.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
and I made an emphasis to specifically say devout followers.
Right. Wow.
It's just sad, it really is, when you hear about when you hear about a little 9-year-old boy being accused of sexual assault. Like, what? Why?
He was 9 years old.
Yeah, Jeremiah Harvey was 9 years old. I believe they were at a supermarket somewhere, and his backpack accidentally grazed the woman, and she apparently told security that he quote unquote grabbed her ass.
He was black, right?
Yeah. Can you imagine being the mother of that 9-year-old kid and trying to explain to him what just happened?
That could damage him psychologically. And his parents.
Thank God that there were surveillance cameras in that place.
Oh, good.
Because when they looked at the footage, that woman looked like a complete and utter idiot. A fool. Wow. And rightfully so.
And let me guess, she didn't get punished for this, right?
No. She should have been. And all these people frivolously calling 911 also need to be punished for it as well. You're wasting these guys' time so they can be out there doing their jobs and answering serious calls.
Yeah, it's valuable. It's valuable time that you're wasting. You know, what if something really did happen somewhere and they're on this? You know,
it's just a shame. It's just a shame.
It is. It is.
We're in the middle of a race war, folks, and it's not right.
Yep.
It's not right. It's just not right at all. This is America, the land of diversity.
It's supposed to be.
This is the land of diversity. There is no dominant culture here.
Nope.
This is a buffet style nation, folks. There's a little bit of everything around here.
Yep.
And there's nothing wrong with that at all. The only thing wrong with it is that people think that there's something wrong with it.
Yep. But that's just a mind thing.
Yeah.
It's what they're taught.
Yes, sadly, yes.
Yep.
Well, you have anything else to add?
As our producer likes to say, have we squozen everything out of this?
I believe so, and I want to repeat that famous quote again. The power of the people is more powerful than the people in power.
Yep.
They know it. That's why they do what they do, folks.
Yep. Mr. Producer, do you have anything to add?
I do, actually, but I'll wait for Ness to finish.
Go ahead. That I say, God bless y'all. See you guys tomorrow.
And I want to say I apologize to all of you watching who tuned in on Saturday. I know I was wearing a buttoned-up shirt that day. I'm not wearing a buttoned-up shirt right now, so I'm very sorry about that. My apologies.
Really? Really?
What?
Anyway.
Hey, that's what you get. That's what you get for messing my outro out the other day. Remember? Yeah.
Anyway, Kanye West.
Yeah, and what?
You know, we love to leave you guys out with a good laugh, y'all. Y'all already know. Even in the midst of these times.
Anyway, folks, have a good rest of the day. Tune in tomorrow. We're going to bring back, like I said, Peeves Corner. We're going to do a nice reaction vids for you. So y'all going to laugh with us. Y'all going to have a good time. And then Thursday, Sports Vista. And Friday, I may bring you a gameplay. You never know. That's why we encourage you guys to hit that bell, thumbs up. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, right? With that said, good night. Good fights. And in everything you do, keep God number one in your life. Always, folks. Much love, one love. And with that,
One
we
love.
out.
That's right, y'all.
See ya. Now I gotta get that good music going. Hold on, where you at? No, not you. What is this? Let's go.
Yeah. Aye.
I like that. Let's turn that up. I'm out.